What up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Gotti, what's up, great one? My brother. Yo, I did this live so I can kind of clarify it that happened earlier, because me and brother Mice went on live and did a live stream. We disagreed on a couple of things. We had like a real long discussion, but after we got off, the nigga Trader Truth hit me up and was like, "Man, y'all like two of the last soldiers we got left in this motherfucker, man. What the f y'all beefing about?" I'm like, beefing? And then I look on one of my computers and I see a clip on YouTube that says Royce the 5'9" and Mysonne beef. I'm like, bro, that's what you think of us? That's what you like, that's what y'all think? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy that people would go to that, but nah, man. I love Mice. You know what I mean? Like, I just appreciate him for everything that he does for the culture. You know what I'm saying? And I respect him too much to ever be in a position with him where we're in any sort of beef or situation. We pretty much see eye to eye on everything. There's a few things where we got different opinions and shit like that, but just in terms of what needs to happen for the culture, and just in terms of being willing to get out there and do the legwork, like, we both are the same in that way. You know what I mean? I think we both just passionate. We both just MCs. Mice is real good with semantics. You know what I mean? Like, so, but nah, never was there a point where I was talking to him where it was any sort of problem, or I felt like it was like the conversation was going left or anything like that. We had discussions like that at my studio all the time. Like me, my little brother, we just loud. You know what I mean? So if you tuned in like halfway through, or you know what I'm saying, like you tuned in a couple minutes before we got off, it may have appeared that we were, turned up, which we probably were at a lot of points, but not against one another though. Never would I be against my brother, any of my brothers. How y'all feeling? Could I speak on Kanye West? Which part of the Kanye thing that y'all want to talk about? Because I know I seen Luke spoke on it. If you're talking about all of the stuff that he's exposing, like all of the record contracts and shit like that, I think it's healthy. I think it's super healthy, super informational. I think it's a good word to get out there. And I like when our superstars are triggered and turned up. I like when the narrative isn't so pro machine. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not like anti-corporation or anti-machine or anything like that. I'm just not pro-machine, because like brother Kanye's been saying for the last couple of days, it's very difficult, unless you really know what you're doing, to go in there and get in bed with those people and do any kind of deal that's fair. Very difficult, because nothing that comes standard on these platforms is fair. All of the standard practices are, unfair, label friendly, unfair to the artist. And I don't remember who that was talking, who was saying this. I think it was Ebro that said it. But he was absolutely right when he said a lot of the attorneys, especially if they link you up with attorneys, a lot of the attorneys are they're drawing up label friendly deals. And telling the artist to sign them and telling them that it's fair. And what they're doing by that is they're building up a relationship with the executives at the labels. So, you know, the artist coming and going is just kind of like a revolving door. You know what I mean? So during that process, the attorneys build up the relationship with the people at the record labels. The attorney is charging the artist and also getting kickback from the label. And also, you know, they're forming like these little coalitions, if you will. It's like little teams of people that all kind of like think like-minded, and they can come together and like stop stuff. You know, they can come together and just give you a hard time from like a business perspective. Let's say if you're doing something that they don't like as an artist and you're signed to the label, or you're doing something that they don't like as an artist, or you're currently working out a deal with them, and the deal is up in the air, and something happens that they don't like, then, you know, this guy can make a phone call to that guy and then just completely take the deal off of the table. You know, they like to form together and be able to control the absolute flow of everything. So, you know, they like to be able to control the flow, and if for whatever reason they need to slow the flow down, then they, you know, they have every bit of control that's required for them to be able to do so. It's called blackballing. And guess what I haven't done in like 2 months? Made a beat. I ain't made a beat in at least 2 months. Ain't that crazy? I've been so distracted, triggered by everything that's going on. I had an interesting conversation with one of my people earlier. He asked me if I knew when I was going to stop rapping, or did I plan on rapping forever. And I used to not have the answer to this question, but I got the answer now. I told him I absolutely don't plan to rap forever. And I said, I'm going to make albums as long as albums are the most valuable thing that I have to deliver to the culture. As soon as I have something to offer that's more valuable to music, then I'm just going to do that. But it'll never be an announcement. I'm not going to like retire or nothing like that, but I'm not going to be the old guy forcing my raps on people either. And right now, at this particular time, I don't really feel like musically that it's necessary for me to speak at this moment. So sometimes as an artist, you can kind of feel it. Like, you know, you can kind of like see where there's a void, and then you go in there and put some shit together that kind of fills that void, or something's going on that makes you feel like something needs to be said or something like that. But I'm not feeling like that right now. Have you spoken yet on Joe Budden and Spotify starting a smear campaign against him? I don't know if that's Spotify. Whoever it is, I mean, I'm not surprised. It kind of comes along with it. You know, it's not you can't really ruin something that's not predicated on anything false. You know, Joe just kind of is what he is, man. You know, you can't ruin something like that. You can get people talking about him for a period of time, but he just is what he is. He lives in the center of his truth. You know, he's not trying to be something that he's not. He never was that kind of a artist or a person. So I feel more sorry for the motherfuckers who actually coming together and devoting time to putting together a smear campaign against somebody. What the fuck kind of life are you having at that moment? How often do you talk to him? I spoke to Marshall the day before yesterday, I think. I spoke to him for about an hour. We talked about a couple different things. Um, he sounded like he's in good spirits. I think he's been recording a little bit. I think he's been going to the studio. Uh, sound a little turned up, like he may have been working out. That's pretty much it, though. He's doing good, though. Start my podcast. What's my podcast gonna be about? I don't know. I would have to think about that. Stop chewing gum so loud. I'm ghetto, man. Do that. Why you telling me how loud I can chew my gum? Turn your volume down on your phone, man. Peace, Royce. We need more Royce and Elzai. You absolutely right, man. You absolutely right. So what on the screen is, yeah. I don't see Elzai enough either. I don't know where he be at. Yes. All right, I'm gonna try you, Black Lives Matter. Do you make beats with Eminem? I never made a beat with Eminem before. Usually it's either he's gonna make the beat or I'm gonna make the beat, or we rapping over something that already sort of exists from some other producer. Royce, what do you think about Cole? You know what I think about Cole. Same thing everybody else think about Cole. How can I get to help in my community? What would be a good first step after helping? Damn, I lost you. What would be a good first step after helping myself and my family, of course? That's a good question, man. I think being able to sort of look at the community and come to some sort of conclusion as to what you feel like the community is lacking. I mean, you should be able to kind of read the room and see what your community can use and just start taking steps. Anything that you can think to do is helpful. But the key is just to be in that mind frame. You already thinking right already. I'm thinking the same way. I've been doing a lot of work outside. Working on my mental health initiative. Somebody just asked, was me and M still friends? Why would you ask that? Did you start singing after 100,000 Machine Guns or before that? Start singing just in general, just on songs? Way before that. 1,000 machine guns.